Disclaimer, this video was intended to be published before the Game Awards, but due to time constraints, I didn't get to finish it, so enjoy it. Alright, what's poppin' y'all? It's your boy Younglens, and I'm coming through with another video. I know it's been a hot minute since I haven't posted, but today I wanted to make something a little special, cause y'all know, I got a little baby coming soon. Got him. I'm talking about Super Smash Brothers ULT. Yep, your boy coming through with a new video, and this time I really want to talk about something I've never gotten the chance to mention on this channel, and that's the fact that I love Super Smash Brothers. Now today I wanted to make a video on the 5 DLC characters we'll be getting up until 2020. This list might be a stretch in some places, but bear with me. I feel like a lot of these characters are like kind of ridiculous picks just because it's a really Nintendo thing to do. Most of the characters we've had in Smash Brothers were completely unpredictable and just no one expected them. Wii Fit Trainer was completely out of the blue. No one expected Corrin, no one expected Richter Belmont, and no one expected
a Morphalcon Blood A plant.
Also, I feel like now we got all the information on the game, all the assist trophies. We just know everyone who's going to be in the game, so now I feel like I have a lot more to work with. Anyways, a lot of these choices are also going to be based off of more or less business tactics that Nintendo has applied lately. So you're not going to find a lot of fan picks like Geno, because honestly I don't believe Geno's going to make it in. Plus we got a lot of fan picked characters like Simon Belmont, Bayonetta that was introduced in Smash 4, King K. Rool, and the big boy Ridley. Oh, also Chrom. He was pretty demanded too.
Karim, je vais te mettre dans la cuisinière, tu continues comme ça.
Alright, so I'm gonna start number 5 with a pretty safe and easy choice, and that's a Pokemon representation. Now we know that next year there should be a new Pokemon game coming out, and what a better way to promote the game down the line by showing off a new Pokemon in Smash. Now, although this might not be the most exciting choice for some, I just believe that it's something Nintendo would do because Smash is pretty much a giant advertisement. So having a new Pokemon representation around the release, or even later on down the line, since we know the DLC will be extending until 2020, would be a pretty smart idea by Nintendo, just because it would have the same effect as with Greninja, because having Greninja in Smash really increased his popularity. Hell, we even had Ash Greninja in the anime. Now I believe the upcoming Pokemon will be a grass type, as we do have Greninja and Incineroar as final evolutions for water and fire. Unfortunately, we don't have a grass type yet, but having the next gen's grass starter would probably be the smartest move, because they would have the trio, and then they would have Pokemon Trainer that would kind of represent the trio itself too. So I think that's what might happen. So number 4 is a character I believe has already been hinted at, and that's the Monster Hunter with the Rathalos armor. Now the reason why I'm picking this character is because Capcom has already hinted at this character by putting Rathalos, and also Capcom has been putting this armored character a little everywhere. We've seen the Rathalos armor in the previous Smash DLC as a Mii costume, we've seen the Rathalos armor as a DLC costume in Street Fighter V, and we've even seen the Rathalos armored character in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite as a fully fledged character. I believe it would be really interesting to have this character because, except for Ike, we don't really have that many heavy sword characters. Okay, Ganon doesn't really count. But we don't really have that many heavy sword fighting characters, and having this character wield like this massive sword would probably be really cool. Or even have like some kind of weapon triangle or something that they can just like switch around. Kind of like Shulk with his Monado arts, but you could apply that to the Monster Hunter with different weapons. Something cool they could add is a gender swap option for this character, since the Rathalos armored Monster Hunter has been shown having a female and a male counterpart, which is neat since a lot of characters have been getting this dope treatment. So I believe that this character definitely has a big chance of making it as a DLC. With each Smash entry, we've had a new Fire Emblem game representation, and I believe that their smartest move would be to put another Fire Emblem character to promote Three Houses. Now, although a lot of Smash fans hate on it, in the end, the game always ends up having more sales due to the character's popularity. This happened with Fates Awakening and Path of Radiance. Now, Fire Emblem Three Houses mainly revolves around the three protagonists of three different houses. Now, the reason why I picked Claude is because he is the most different out of all the three characters. First, Edelgard is another white-haired female protagonist, and we already have two of them in Smash Brothers. The other character is Dimitri, and the reason why I didn't pick him is because Dimitri just looks like your average male white anime protagonist that's blonde. I don't know, he just doesn't seem interesting.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
And as for Claude, the reason why I picked him is because he would finally be the first Smash character to be black. It's true, we've never had a black Smash Brothers character, and I don't blame them because there aren't many iconic black Nintendo characters. That's one of the reasons why I think Claude could be a more interesting option than the other two. And also, he's an archer. We don't really have any of those except for Pit, who uses his bow as swords. Just the idea of finally having a black character in Smash to me is really dope, even though he may be from a franchise that a lot of you are tired of. But the main reason why I picked him is because it just would be the smartest idea in terms of promoting Fire Emblem Three Houses. And no, I really don't want the player character whatever. He's another blue-haired ass character, and I'm so done with them. Okay, we got Chrom, Marth, Ike, and motherfucking Lucina. Like, yo, can y'all chill, please? So number 2 is a character I've seen on nobody's list, and the reason why is because I think that not a lot of Nintendo fans play this game franchise, but I believe that Tekken is going to have some kind of representation in Smash. Now, this was kind of hinted at in Smash 4 when we had a Heihachi costume, and the reason why I don't think Heihachi made it in Smash 4 is probably because he was in PlayStation All-Stars. So I think they're going to pick out another character from the Tekken series. This character is probably going to be Jin Kazama. Kazama?
Jin Kazama.
Now, the reason why I'm picking Tekken is because everyone keeps forgetting is that Bandai Namco has a huge role in the development for Smash. I find it very odd that so many other franchises have more than one representative, whereas Bamco has only one, and that's Pac-Man. So that's why I think a more modern character would be Jin. Now, another reason why I don't think Heihachi is going to make it as a character is because Heihachi isn't the main protagonist of the Tekken series. He may be the most iconic character from the franchise, but I really think Jin Kazama has a better shot at being in, just because he's been the main protagonist of the series for so long, yet I barely see him outside of Tekken. Now, before I get into number 1, I just want to mention that at the end of the video, I'm going to add 3 wildcard characters just in case I'm wrong with this final pick. Number 1 is Banjo-Kazooie from Banjo-Kazooie. Now, I am not the biggest advocate for Banjo-Kazooie. Hell, I've never even played their games. It's just that I know that this character definitely deserves to be into Smash. Now, the reason why I'm picking Banjo is because I feel like he's the best way to represent Nintendo and Microsoft's relationship. A lot of people have been saying that Steve could be making it in just because he represents Minecraft and whatever, and Minecraft's really popular with the kids. But think about it like this. I don't think Minecraft properly represents Microsoft. I think it more properly represents Mojang, the company who made Minecraft. So seeing Banjo make it into Smash has such a big historical background to it. Banjo originated on Nintendo, and 2 of his big games were on the N64. Banjo's home really is with Nintendo in my opinion. Also, Rare has a huge history with Nintendo, so I believe it would be so fitting to have Banjo as not only a Microsoft representation, but also a Rare representation. Now, as for the fan demands, we know that Banjo has been requested so much, which is why I think it would be kind of silly not to have him in the game, because having Banjo in the game would not only satisfy players, but it would also show the relationship between Nintendo and Microsoft. Finally, Phil Spencer has mentioned on his Twitter that he would totally be chill with having Banjo in Smash, which is pretty much like the green light at that point. Instead of having Nintendo like scout other companies like Square Enix for representation, they just have one right there. So I think this pick would probably be the most likely third-party pick out of any of the ones I've chosen so far. Now, I did mention that I was going to add 3 more wildcard characters. Now, the reason why I'm putting them as wildcard characters is because I think these characters have a chance of making it in, but also they're probably the least likely to make it in my opinion. But I could be wrong, which is why I'm putting them as wildcard characters. Now, 2 of these characters are going to be from Square Enix, and the other one is going to be from Activision. Now, the first of the 2 Square Enix character is probably going to either be a Dragon Quest character or another Final Fantasy character. Now, from what I've seen, Square Enix has been pretty picky about the characters they want to have in Smash. The reason why I believe we even had Cloud was to promote the Final Fantasy VII remake that's coming soon. Also, the reason why I think it might be more difficult to get another Square Enix character is because Square Enix is extremely protective of their properties, just like Nintendo. Like we can see with Cloud, he never appears in any of the cutscenes made to promote Smash. He's never present with all the other characters usually, and apparently, I'm not too sure on this, he isn't in the World of Light, which is kind of crazy in my opinion. Also, we only have like 2 music tracks for the Final Fantasy stage, which I find odd, but hey, I won't judge. Actually, I will. It's kind of whack. So, the first Square Enix character is going to be from Dragon Quest. Now, I don't know exactly who from Dragon Quest it could be. It could be like a bunch of the different protagonists. I would lean more or less towards the Dragon Quest 3 main protagonist for multiple reasons. Apparently, he's the most popular character and most iconic in Japan. This is kind of funny, but he low-key looks like Goku just because of Akira Toriyama's art. So that's why I think he could definitely make it in. Another Dragon Quest character that could possibly make it in is the Dragon Quest XI protagonist, just to promote its upcoming game on the Switch, since it still hasn't been on the Switch. Or it could be the Slime character. Now, I personally don't really want to see the Slime because I'm good with Piranha Plant, okay? Like that's we have a generic enemy, that's cool. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Now, if it isn't Dragon Quest that's represented, I think it would be another Final Fantasy character, and that Final Fantasy character would probably be Noctis, just because they've been promoting Final Fantasy 15 so much. Now, finally, the final character on my list is also another like either one of the other situation, and that character would probably be either Spyro or Crash Bandicoot. Now, although Crash Bandicoot is a lot more iconic than Spyro, I think Spyro could have a better chance just because his game isn't out on the Switch yet, and we all know it's coming for the Switch. So that would be an interesting way to promote this character's new trilogy game. This could also be Crash though, because Crash is a bigger mascot and he's more popular. This could finally kind of show a unison between Sony and Nintendo, just to have that mascot in. And Crash is just such an iconic character, and his game is on the Switch. Now, a lot of people would say that, oh, I don't think Sony would let Nintendo have Crash, but think about it. Crash isn't owned by Sony anymore. Crash is owned by Activision, and because they have the rights to this character, I feel like it would be really easy to put Crash into the game. Also, I don't think Activision is too hard to work with, so I think it would be pretty simple to just put Crash in. So, like I mentioned earlier, the Game Awards happened and Smash Bros. Ultimate released before I even got the chance to finish this video, so my opinions already changed on most of the characters on this list. So to make up for it, here's a quick and crazy update of my list based on what Nintendo and JC said about the DLC. I don't really believe we'll get any more first party characters, but rather just more unpredictable choices that are gonna blow people's mind, like Cloud and Joker. So I know I don't usually make this kind of video, but if you guys want to see more, please head over to my second channel. I don't have a good name yet, so leave me some ideas in the comments down below while you're at it, and please let me know who you want to see in Smash ULT.